In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a man named Tond and his wife, Amina. Their marriage had begun with great joy, and for 10 years, they had lived side by side, sharing their hopes and dreams. Yet, one thing had eluded them, a child. Despite their prayers, the couple had remained childless, and with each passing year, the silence in their home grew heavier. Tond and Amina had always believed in the power of prayer, trusting that God's timing was perfect. They prayed together each night, holding hands and whispering words of hope even when the nights felt impossibly long. Their love for one another had not wavered. If anything, it had grown deeper as they faced their trials together. But the constant ache in Amina's heart and the quiet sorrow in Tond's eyes were impossible to ignore. The pressure from their families, however, was something neither could avoid. Amina's relatives were patient, understanding, but Tond's family, especially his mother, was growing increasingly restless. After every family gathering, Tond would return home with his mother's words echoing in his ears, "Your name will end with you if you don't find a way to have children. It's not right, Tond. You need to marry again. You can't allow your bloodline to fade." Tond had always respected his mother, but these words stung. His wife, Amina, had been nothing but loyal and loving. The thought of marrying a second wife felt like betrayal, and yet, he couldn't ignore the relentless pressure. One evening, after another uncomfortable dinner with his family, Tond met his old friend, Doro, in the local market. Doro had always been known for his quick solutions and bold suggestions, often with little regard for the consequences. Tond, desperate and weary, shared his frustrations about the childless marriage and the pressure from his family. "You know," Doro said, lowering his voice as if sharing a secret, "I think I have a solution for you. You don't have to marry again. There's another way to get a child without involving Amina. You can take a side chick. Get her pregnant, and then bring her to your home. You'll still have a family, and you can keep Amina. She'll never have to know." Tond was taken aback. The suggestion hung in the air between them, thick and heavy. He felt a wave of nausea rise in his chest. How could his friend, someone he had known for so long, suggest such a thing? It was dishonorable, cruel, and would destroy everything he held dear. And yet, there was a part of him that wondered, if only for a moment, if it might be the answer to his problems. He turned away, shaking his head, trying to push the idea out of his mind. "No, Doro. I won't do that to Amina." But Doro persisted, pressing him with logic. "Think about it, Tond. You get the child your family wants, and Amina never has to know. You can keep things normal. No one will even suspect anything." Tond's heart pounded in his chest. His mind raced as he walked home, trying to shake off the temptation. He had always believed in loyalty, in the sanctity of his marriage. But the constant pressure, the longing for a child, the frustration, wasn't Doro's suggestion just a way to solve it all? That night, as Tond sat in the quiet of their bedroom, Amina's soft breathing beside him, he wrestled with the decision. Could he betray her trust? Could he allow another woman to become part of their life, even if it meant bringing a child into their home? The next day, Tond decided to confront his mother. His heart ached as he sat across from her, feeling the weight of her expectations. "Mother," he began, his voice steady but filled with emotion, "I know you want what's best for me. But I can't do what you're asking. I won't take a second wife. I can't betray Amina." His mother's face softened. "Tond, I know this is hard, but you can't ignore your duty to your family. You need to have children. What will people think? What will become of your name?" Tond stood up, his resolve firm. "I will not sacrifice my marriage for the sake of societal expectations. Amina and I will figure this out together, even if it takes time. I love her, and I will not betray her. I know that God will answer our prayers in His own time." He left his mother's house with a sense of peace he hadn't felt in weeks. As he walked back home, he saw Amina standing by the window, her eyes filled with quiet strength. The moment she saw him, she smiled, and Ton's heart swelled with love. She had always stood by him, believing in their love and their shared dreams. When he stepped inside, he walked up to her and took her hands in his. "Amina," he said softly, "I want you to know something. No matter what happens, I am with you. I will never betray you. We will find our path together, and God will lead us." Tears welled up in Amina's eyes as she hugged him. "I know, Ton. I know." They spent the evening together, just the two of them, talking, laughing, and reminding themselves of the love they shared. For the first time in years, Ton felt a sense of peace. The pressure, the doubts, and the frustration still lingered, but he knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they would face them as a team. And in the quiet moments of their prayers, they still hoped, together, for a miracle. In the end, Ton realized that love, trust, and commitment were the true foundation of his marriage, and no external pressure or temptation could ever change that.